First of all, of course, as a rabbi, we have to always speak Divrei Torah, okay? Yes. Of course. The portion for this week, Korah. Remember that one? This is what happened in Korah. Yikalu al Moshe v'Aaron v'yomru aleihem Rav lachem ki kol ha'edah kulam kedoshim Uv'tocham Hashem u'madua titnas'u al kahal Hashem. Which means that Korah and his followers gathered against Aharon and Moshe. And they said to them, you have gone too far. Good words, right? You've gone too far. Because the entire congregation, everyone is Kedoshim. Everyone is holy. And everyone is in the midst of Hashem. Why do you raise yourself above the congregation of Yisrael, of God, of Hashem? Now, it's a complex story. I'm not going to try to make it simple, because here we are protesting, and we have to ask ourselves, who is Moshe and who is Korah? Not an easy thing to understand. Those of you who know me, and I've been around here for a long time, about 50 years, know that I'm very respectful of all the voices of Am Yisrael. Everybody knows that I'm a lover of Am Yisrael. I'm a lover of Medinat Yisrael. I love the state of Israel. So that's why I'm here today, because I love Israel. And I think that's what we all share together. Yeah. We're holding the flags because we love Israel. And we know that we have a vision. We have a vision of what we want Israel to be and what we want Israel to become. And that vision is, each one has a slightly different view of what that vision is. But we are united in one respect. We're united in the fact that we want Israel to remain both a Jewish state and a democratic state. Believe me, it's easy to say. But now I want to tell you of something that's very difficult. That is a very difficult thing. So it's a challenge. But one thing we know about a democracy is dependent upon respecting the rights of the minority as well as the majority. A democracy is also dependent upon having a division of power in the government between the executive, the legislative, and the judicial system. Without that, it's very difficult, impossible, I would say, to maintain a democracy. And so you are among not hundreds of people, not thousands of people, not hundreds of thousands of people, but you represent today millions of people. Millions of people. Millions of Jewish people throughout the world. A majority of Jews throughout the world understand why you're here. They're in solidarity with you, and you're in solidarity with them. You're not the minority, you are the majority. You represent the majority of the Jewish people who is totally dedicated to making sure that Israel is and will remain a democratic and Jewish state. Now, how that happens is very difficult to know. The statement that's made in the Talmud said, Ani lo navi, vani lo ben navi. I'm not a prophet, and I'm not the son of a prophet. I cannot predict the future. None of us can predict the future. However, you're here tonight, and you've been here for many, many, many nights, and I imagine you'll be here for many, many more nights to come, because you're willing to stand up and say, we are not going to be silent while the democracy that we love, the state that we love, is dismantled and gives up what is so precious to us. It is precious to us, but not only precious to us, it's precious to Hashem, I believe, and precious to the world. We are dedicated to the state of Israel and the democratic state of Israel.
Yay!
You know that. Now, I'm not going to try to sugarcoat anything. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. It's not a given. When you're in politics, and this is politics, there are times when you win and sometimes you lose. We don't want to lose, but we can't be focused on every day, because every day is a challenge. We're looking towards the long arc of history which bends towards justice. Now, I know it's been a very difficult last 48 hours in Israel. The violence, the terrorism is very, very painful. Nothing new, but every time someone is murdered, it stabs us. We get a stab in our heart. When our brothers and sisters are murdered, that's tough. And we know that we have a long journey in that regard too. But I do want to take this cup in my hand. You know why I'm taking the cup in my hand today? Because there's a heroic person who prevailed today. His name is Amit Becher. Remember him? Believe me, it took a lot of guts for him to stand up and to do what he did. He came into a lot of criticism, a lot of anti-rhetoric. He was a brave person. So, you know what this is in Yiddish? Becher. This is the Becher. So I'm raising the Becher to Amit Becher today. One person. He's not the Mashiach. He's one person. But for those of you who follow the politics, and I know you follow the politics every day, maybe every hour, maybe a few of you every minute, you know that it was a big victory. What is going to happen? As I say, I'm not to be a prophet. I'll just tell you what I hope is going to happen. I hope that democracy is going to prevail. Can we all say a dot on that one? We want it to prevail. But the next thing we want to say is that the fight is a long, long fight. It has nothing really to do with Bibi. Nothing. Because there'll be a day when Bibi will no longer be Rosh HaMemshalah. There'll be a day when there'll be somebody else. Maybe better, maybe worse. We don't know. It's a long, long journey. But it's worth fighting for. That's why we're here today. Do you agree with me on that? Yeah. So to Amit Becher, L'chaim, Hatzlacha, and we go forward. Thank you for inviting me today. Shalom and